Welcome to Our Energy Matters with Anthony Manna and Dena Marie.
Hey, hello, here we are, folks, and happy to be here for another episode of Our Energy Matters. I never really thought about energy in this way as I have because of coming into Dena Marie's book, Our Energy Matters, The Art of Crystal Reading, and energy becomes so important as I work with the chakras just as well. So today I'm saying Buchtaditek, be here now, to our Czechoslovakian viewers and listeners. As I wandered enlightened through this poem, a poem by Hildegard van Bingen. I have no idea who she is, but I love this poem, who suddenly appeared like an angel. I found myself transported to Dena Marie's down-to-earth, heaven-sent, sensible, practical, dual, Alleluia manual titled Our Energy Matters, The Art of Crystal Reading, where her seekers, her clients, and her sufferers too, really, the uncomfortable ones, sometimes like me, can learn how to manifest their heartfelt intentions. I paused at this poem to ponder Dena Marie's clarion call to all of us to take on the mantle of empowerment. So, folks, first listen to the poet, charmed by sincerity, community, and spiritness, deeply and prayerfully alive to a rapid succession of choices, glorified intentions, and a gloried connection to an insatiable yearning to fathom the depths of goodness. Here's her poem. Hildegard von Bingen. I am the one whose praise echoes on high. I adorn all the earth. I am the breeze that nurtures all things green. I encourage blossoms to flourish with ripening fruits. I am led by spirits to feed the purest streams. I am the rain coming from the dew that causes the grasses to laugh with the joy of life. I am the yearning for good. I just felt that there's so much of Dena Marie's book in this. The poem beckons me, and here's why. The poem beckons me to awaken to soul-healthy fullness sustained by Dena Marie's celestial sanctioned prescriptions, life force power guidance that leads to the sturdy threshold of wonder praised by the poet. Do I want to live a joyful life? A life of soul-searching self-love, of spirit wonder honesty, a life sanctioned by healthy, intersupportive, interbeing relationships ordered and sustained by loving kindness? Then I say, folks, come, enter the book of the Dream Weaver, Dena Marie, the weaver of gentle healing, to discover her sacred plan to set the mind free, as does the poet, by the way, and welcome the sacrament, there's that word, of energy, centers within each of us to live here and now, awake, alert to being inspired. This is your quote, Dena Marie, inspired or in spirit as we are moved to envision, create, and be uniquely ourselves. And that's what I think the poet is talking about, that we have that empowerment. We can do that. We can look up. There are 7 of these major energy centers, these chakras in the human body, and hundreds of minor ones. And they receive, assimilate, and distribute energy through our energetic fields, our auras. And that's, of course, another quote from your book. So vital is chakra energy to our well-being, our happiness, our relationship with ourselves and with others, that Dena Marie, Lady Grace, prophesies, and this is a quote that I love, when one or more of the chakra discs fail to spin, haven't we all been there, become bogged down, overloaded, or damaged, the whole system will suffer. All these components need to work in sync and with one another to maintain balance in our bodily and spiritual systems, end quote. So what do you do when a chakra is out of sync? Well, open the curtain, enter Dena Marie as a celestial alchemist, a soul healer who offers all of us, her seekers, she offers all of us curative prescriptions for blocked chakras throughout the sanctuary of her book. She says, becoming conscious of our chakra blockages allows us to make necessary changes to heal our past and become whole and free-flowing individuals again. That's another quote. So now, Lady Grace, guide us through your healing prescriptions for blocked chakras. In the past, what did we do? In the wake of today, we did the blocked crown, the blocked brow, the blocked throat, and the blocked heart. Let's move first to the solar plexus.
Solar plexus. And people know that one. You ever have someone angry coming towards you? You feel it in your gut and you want to run. So that's the solar plexus. That's where you know it's located. But that's the chakra that gets you out on the dance floor. It's the chakra that makes you get out of your head and into your body. It's the one that if the music's playing and you love the song and there's no one dancing, you dance anyways, you know? And if it's scary and you're doing it, that's that power chakra. That's the solar plexus, to me, is the power chakra. And it's basically you doing what you came here to do and shining. How many times have we been kids where we shine and a bully comes over and punches us? And it happens to me all the time. I'm having so much fun. I never see it coming, but they're intimidated by us shining, you know? And so when I mentor kids, I have them tell me who they are and what they like to do. And if they want to go dancing, they dance. If they want to sing, we go karaoke. I've had a kid he's still cooking. He went to chef school, and you find that one thing that we came here to do. And in the book, it says foster care. Foster care is when you took a child and you gave them that thing that made them have purpose and passion. It gets you out of bed. So that's what the solar plexus is.
Wonderful. And so when we talked about because folks should know that I have your book in my hand right now, and I'm going to page 52 and 53 where the prescriptions are. So in the solar plexus area, that's the third chakra, you use the word empowerment. It's one of my favorite words in the whole world. I just think that sometimes we go through life without ever feeling that self-power.
It's
So
empowered.
You say here, laugh. Some of the things we can do, we can laugh, skip, swing, cry, run, breathe, move your body forward, watch a fire, and burn stuff. That was so important to me when you told me to burn my journals that were irritating my heart. Take up the martial arts, Tai Chi or boxing, take an aerobic class, lift weights. Oh, I do that twice or three times a week. Ride a bike like a child again. Hit balls at the batting cage or golf range and think of issues that anger you and let them go with each hit. Play a competitive sport. March in a parade. Wear yellow. Eat yellow food and starches. That gets you thinking, like the lemons. I like lemons, even though they're bitter.
Well, and each chakra has a color associated. So that's the color, and the element is fire. So fire is that. It's the fire in your belly. So anytime you're angry and you express it, that's why I used to be a boxer. Anytime you get it out, laughing and crying is the same thing. So you're emoting and you're getting rid of it. If you hold it in, usually it's because your heart is blocked and you don't want to feel things. And then all of a sudden, the opposite, it's like explosion. Women who are resentful and they keep doing it and they hate it, they always have a mosh pit of emotion and a volcano, and they say all these things, and then people think they're crazy, but it's because they held it in for so long.
They held it in for
too long.
I know, and sometimes it all seems so simple. I mean, it is basically very simple, but it's also it escapes us. It hides, and the soul darkens, and then we have to be led back to the energy there, and just know that it's, we have the agency. Let's say that we have the agency to change and to be happy with ourselves.
And if you practice this, and it was a kid's game, and it started very playfully as the rock game. And if I have teachers that come through and say, or why haven't we been taught any of this? We haven't. It's very simple. If you have an energy block, you do your prescription, like me talking about how I feel and putting my foot down. That's the prescription, and it takes practice. But if I don't do it over 6 months, a lifetime, I might get thyroid issues, asthma, there's so many dis-eases that go with the chakras. And if we move down, we have this sacral, which is in your hip area. And that's your connection to the people closest to you. So the solar plexus is you outside shining out of your family, from your family alone. And the sacral is your tribe. And how many times do people go to dinner year after year after year with people that can't be themselves? They can't talk to them. I used to say, just bite your tongue. In my head, just bite your tongue. And I would sit there and not say anything. Normally I'd move towards the kids and play a game or something. Where's the kids? Well, they grew up one day, and I'm like, I'm not going anymore, because I couldn't be myself around my tribe. So I created a new tribe. I was my authentic self. I started being around people that I don't even have to explain myself. They like me. I don't have to defend myself. And it became it's serendipitous or spontaneous. When you walk into a group and they all know you, that is what we came here to define our tribe. And so I will prescribe going to belly dancing. I'll prescribe Zumba. I'll prescribe anything that's like fun and dancing, and you're with like-minded human beings. A book club that you read the same type of books and you get to be yourself. And after you get to be yourself after a while, and you keep practicing, you will not settle for a dinner party where you cannot talk.
Isn't that true? Yeah. Because well, there's a lot of that. I mean, you talk in the sacral, in your cheat sheet in the back here, you talk a lot about relationships, and I think that's a relationship with yourself as well as with others. So you say here, the prescriptions for the sacral is take a bath, sit by water, stretch, swim, move your hips, dance, feel what others feel, drink liquids, be sexual, do something spontaneous, go to the ocean, join a group that you have an interest in, take a class for fun, adopt a pet, volunteer with children or the elderly, make a new friend, drive somewhere you have never been, start a group, go on a retreat with people you don't know. That's an eye opener every single time, isn't it? Because all of a sudden it's kind of like insecure, not so insecure, maybe a little bit vulnerable. And that's not such a bad place to be. Listen to Latin music and salsa dance, wear orange, eat orange foods, and drink liquids. Wow.
I just wanted a margarita and salsa. Oh, dancing. Well, I think, the most important thing is, one, you said to love yourself, and that's more the heart chakra. This is about putting yourself on a diet of cool people. That was the prescription I gave people, and if the phone rings and it doesn't feel good, don't pick it up. I have a few things going on with texting, and I've been deleting them because I don't want to go back to a relationship where I knew I was being treated poorly. I'm not answering it because I don't want to bring those people. I want to bring people forward with me who are lovely, kind, and they treat me well.
Yeah, why not? Sure, of course. And every time I get into a situation like that where people like me or I like them, the energy is so reciprocal, and it feels so good,
And we're energy, and our energy matters. So again, I'm going through another little closet cleaning here this spring with people, place, and activities that aren't working for me anymore. And doing my homework, I'm going to move ahead a lot quicker here coming late spring and summer. So the solar plexus is you outside shining. The sacral chakra is your foundation of the human beings that support you. And the root chakra, which is your lower chakra, and that's your hips all the way down to the floor, which is your connection to the earth, and that is your root. So that's your foundation to bring into your relationships and to find that thing that brings you joy and to create community that's full of inspiration, imagination, and creativity with the higher ones. But a root chakra is your physical body. How healthy are you? And if the last couple of years haven't taught you to eat right, sleep, exercise, watch your thoughts, right? Worrying is praying backwards. Put your mind on a diet from the past, fast from the past, and don't live too far in the future. Stay right here, and then take care of your body. And I'm learning, because I had to lay down the other day and ask myself what parts of my body hurt, because I was getting too busy and my knee was bothering me. I had a little bit of problem with the shoulder. And so I kind of didn't do my weights and stuff, but I listened to my body.
Yeah.
And I've been sleeping and taking all the right nutrients. The sun just came out, but it hasn't been out for quite a while. But vitamin D, fresh air, water. So that's really the most important thing. It's you don't have your body, you're not going to have healthy relationships, and you're definitely not going to get out on the dance floor. So we need to get back into our body. And the root chakra is also your connection to the earth. So get outside as much as you can. And the last thing it really is connected to is your birth mother, and how you were in the womb. So that is a whole nother talk, because it can take a retreat for you to get connected to that time in your life, and maybe the energy that was going on when you were produced, I guess, and born. So the root chakra is that's another thing. Root chakra, all the chakras have an age. So it is your birth and your connection to not only Mother Earth, but your birth mother.
Perfect. Yeah. Yeah. That whole idea of what it was like to be in a womb, it's so powerful. I mean, what you have to do is you have to go to God consciousness or God imagination or divine imagination to be placed in that place, of thinking about your pre-birth or your floating birth.
Yeah. And I've done hypnotherapy, and I've taken people back because they don't know their birth mother, right? They don't know their birth mother. And I've had others figure out a lot of trauma because they were unwanted. And so that's, we heal that. So that's inner child work. We go back to you as an adult, not only loving yourself now, being kind to yourself, but loving your inner child from past years.
Perfect. You say here, walk in nature, eat a lot of protein, plant a garden, sleep in, sit still, pay your monthly bills early. Whenever I do that, I feel so satisfied. Slow down. That's why I like yoga. Because I like this yoga teacher that I go to online always says, move forward, but take your time. And the way she says it is like, I slow down, baby, slow down. Hike up a mountain, hug a tree, feel your roots, clean your house, eat healthy foods, and walk outside with bare feet. Do nothing. Plant a tree, take a vacation in nature, go bird watching and admire the animals in nature. And I'm so fortunate. I live on 8 acres. And just yesterday, I'm sitting here early in the morning because I wanted to work on some writing very early. It was just becoming light. Dawn was approaching. I look out this little window here that reaches out into the woods, and there's an animal, and it's a wild turkey looking at me. Yeah, and it had its little claws or whatever up on the windowsill. And I thought, yeah, hi, how are you? I'm not going to eat you. I'm a vegetarian, so let's be friends. Play the drums, do yoga. There we go. Wear red, eat red foods and protein. Wow. So anyway, yeah.
The turkey was in your window.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that wild turkey a lot in the woods. I mean, every once in a while he disappears or she disappears, and then she comes back, and this time I'm like, what? It was just getting light, and I jumped a little because it's not usual that you see somebody, some bird thing looking at you through the window, but I think I was being blessed. Folks, let's end by taking note of Dena Marie's heartfelt promise. Here it is. Clear up your chakras, and your every wish is our universe's command. Wow. Let's trek down or up the pathway to our empowered belief in ourselves. And you say, the poet says, I am the rain coming from the dew that causes the grasses to laugh with the joy of life. Amen and alleluia. Folks, if you want to get closer to Dena Marie's wisdom, I recommend that you listen to her weekly radio show. Who was there today, by the way?
Dr. Joe Famulera. He's an author of IOU. It's the most IOUliving.com. And I took a test and my rudder's off. So I need to do more purpose and passion. And I got to get back to my teaching. That's the prescription.
So her show is called Lift Your Spirits. And I've been interviewed several times on the show. It always is enlightening. And when you watch, and I didn't do that today because I got sidetracked, but when you watch, you also feel the energy. So solid coming in. That's 11:50 a.m. KKNW. But her website is dena-marie.com. So if you go there, you find the link to her radio program, but also a show, but also a lot of other insights about what she does as a healer. My website for an interview with Dena Marie is anthonymannabooks.com. And you'll go to the Podbean podcast interviews, and you'll find an interview with Dena Marie and other people that I've come across, authors and poets and novelists, etc. And also, if you're, what you'll find at my website is a lot of information, book lists, and a lot of information about reading and reading well and writing well for children, tweens, and teens. The day begins.
And we're going to get the party started with our solar plexus.
Exactly. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, it's been wonderful. And everyone, we wish you a happy day. And
next week, I'll see you again.
Okay. Moving on. Take good care. Bye-bye.
Bye.